Hi, and welcome to the Mentor Maya 7 YouTube channel. I'm Margaret Tambe, and we are here to discuss Destiny Helper Gone Wrong. Yes, the concept of Destiny Helper is true. It is a reality. There are people that will meet in our lives, and our lives will never be the same again. They could bring in financial help. They could come in the form of counseling us, business counsel, psychological, emotional, educational, health counsel. They could just be a link between us and the person and an investor. They could advise us on how to increase our yield as farmers. It could come in different forms and in different sizes. But throughout our lives, we run into destiny helpers, some more impactful than others. Now, the big question is, are we ready when we meet these destiny helpers? Are we receptive when we need them? And how do we behave? What is our character? How do we respond to their offer of help? Now, in the part 1, I told the story of a destiny helper gone wrong, my experience. I'm going to tell the part 2 now, the second story of a destiny helper gone wrong. Still my experience, okay? And then we'll conclude in part 3 with the responsibilities of a receiver. Now, when I relocated to Cameroon about 6 years, 2016, I had been in Cameroon for some years by then when I met the second lady. Let's call her Aggie. So when I met Aggie in church. We had been in a little group that was divided by the church for intercession, like we discuss our prayer topics and we pray. So after I had gotten acquainted to Aggie for a while, just meeting in church, nowhere else, one day she opened up to me. She said when she goes for holidays, Aggie was a university student, second year university student, first semester. She told me that when she goes for holidays to their home, she would not be coming back. So if I don't see her, I should not be surprised. I said, what is it? She said, there's no money to continue. That her aunt who had been sponsoring her has taken her hands off. She says she will not continue. Her parents are not able to, you know how it goes. So I was so touched. I went home, I could not rest. I said, oh my goodness, this quiet, beautiful, smart young lady is about to drop out of the university. What is she going to do with her life? I was so worried. Until I discussed it with my husband. I slept over it. I came back to her and I asked her, I said, so what is it you need to be able to continue? Because it'll be a shame. You are in the first semester, you're finishing your first semester, second year university. She told me how much she needs for rent, or how much she pays for rent already. About how much she would need for food. Her school was not too far from the university campus. She could walk there to and fro. It was a student area. So she told me she needed fees and for books, you know, you buy it like once a year and stuff like that. I said, okay. So when she told me the total of how much she needs, I said, okay. You're in the second year, you've already started. I'll just help you to complete this year. And then I will take care of your school needs again for the third year until you graduate. Okay? She was so grateful. She was happy and everything. So, from my first part of this Destiny Helper gone wrong, you will see that I was about to travel to Germany and I was looking for somebody to come and stay with my daughter who was in high school at that time. So, and she was a little wild, yeah? So we didn't want to leave her in the house alone. So I tried the first person, it didn't work. So I said I should try the second person. So I asked her, I said, well, I first started paying her needs, her rent and monthly allowance while I was still there, okay? Now, when I wanted to leave, no, the agreement was that she would come when I'm going. But before I left now, there's a day I traveled. There's a day I traveled out of town, really far. I left at about 5 a.m. And on this day, it is a dangerous day. It's a Monday. Let me just say it. It's a Monday where transit and movements are forbidden. But this was an appointment I had at an embassy. I could not miss it, you know. So I was obliged. I hired a driver, and the driver came and picked us up. It was 5 a.m. on that Monday. We left. We went for this appointment. We were finished at the embassy around 3 p.m. Now, when we left, I called this lady. She had come in the night before we left. I said she should come to the house and be in the house. We would travel and come back, and then she can go back to her student residence. She said, okay. So we left the house. She was already there. Before I left now, I left instructions for them to cook eru. If you know, eru is vegetable that they eat with fufu. I left instructions for them to cook that, everything they needed. And 5 a.m. the driver came. I and my son, we left. We went to the embassy. We were finished by 3 p.m. Then, by the time we navigated in Yaoundé with all the traffic, we got to the exit axis. It was already like 5:30 p.m. I called them. I said, we are on our way back. I don't know how much traffic again is in front of us, but know that we are coming back. They said, okay. So they are aware that I'm on my way coming. We left now. We entered into the traffic and everything. In short, by the time we got to my home, it was midnight, like a few minutes past midnight. I had even begged this driver because I was so scared. It's a day you are not supposed to be out. I begged this driver. I said, I have a friend in another city which is not far, Tiko. I said, let me call this friend. Let's go to her place. We sleep there, and then Tuesday morning we can come safely. That driver told me that he's not sleeping out of his house. That since he left his house at 5 a.m., he has to sleep in his house. He's not sleeping out. I said, okay. I said, are you not afraid? He said he's not afraid. And the speed this guy was driving, I was tired. I was sleeping in and out. It's a long story. So by the time we got there midnight, a few minutes past midnight, this driver just parked the car out of the gate, gave me my car key, and took off running, climbing a hill to go to his house. This is me with a little child. The gate is not even open. I cannot even get in. So I started struggling there somehow until shifted the gate a little bit, like the type of rolling gate or something. I and my son, we got in the compound, and I shifted it back because I don't know who's out there. Mondays are dangerous. Okay, I shifted it back, and then I did not even stand in front of the house. I went to the side of the house that is dark, and then I started calling their phone. Actually, I had been calling them before we even entered the town. One person's phone is just going to the answering machine right away. The other phone is ringing, but the person is not answering. I said, which type of thing is this? We came to the side of the house. We stood there in the dark. I called, nothing. Now the stairs to go up, we have a door, another metal door down there. I started hitting on this door. We have tenants in this compound. No tenants answered this hitting. No tenants. I was hitting it, but I'm not saying anything because I don't even want people around to know that I was out. So I'm hitting it, no answer. We sat down there. I held my son. He's hungry. He's tired. We have not eaten. We just ate like 1 or 2 things that we picked from the bakery. We are hungry. Then mosquitoes, fiam. So I'm constantly waving with a head tie or whatever I had for mosquitoes not to settle on our bodies. We sat out there for like 15 minutes. I will get up again and hit that door, hit it, nothing. Call their phones, nothing. So I finally went behind the house. I was like, I don't have any choice. I started shouting their names. Shout this one's name, shout that one's name. Now the whole neighborhood can hear my voice and know that I went out. Imagine that. I was shouting, call this person, call that person. Finally, one person answered and they got up, opened the doors. Mom, we are sorry. Mom, we are sorry. Mom, we are sorry. What happened to your phones? One person said, oh, my phone died. The other one said, oh, my phone was on silence. I said, how come? I told you guys we were leaving, we were on the road. If it's me, that any of them had traveled and was coming on a day like that, on any day, I would be up. I will be up. Even if I sleep, I will make sure that I don't sleep deep so that I can hear it when they get up once. But how come I call them, the mother of the house that I'm coming, and they are sleeping this deep and their phone is off and on silence? Are you serious? Who's supposed to open the door for us? So I didn't say anything. We put our things down, washed our hands. I went to get food. Guess what? The kitchen sink is full to the brim. Breakfast plates and cups are in there. Lunch utensils, everything is in there. Dinner stuff is in there. And then the worst, the arrow, a little bit of arrow like this is in the pot. And there's no fufu to eat with it. The fufu they made, they ate it. I won't be lying to you that I went to the fridge looking for what I could eat. I did not find it. I put water, heat water up and made garri that 1 a.m. with all the stress on my body. 1 a.m. Past 1 a.m. I made garri. We sat there with my son. We ate it. They were just roaming and looking at me like this. We ate it. I was like, look at 1 day of travel. The plate on the sink is this high. I said, what is this? What type of ingratitude is this? You guys are in a house, comfortable, you are being provided with food, and this is what you pay me back with. You don't even care. If I'm coming like this, you wake up in the morning, you don't see me, you don't know what happened to me. What if that road from Yaoundé to the town we're going to, it's a lot of, at night, is ruled by big trailers carrying timber that the foreigners are stealing from us. Is carrying all type of goods, smuggled ones, the ones that are legal, everything. The road is jam-packed. And you guys don't even have the little love and concern to know if we'll make it back safely. I was so hurt. So that incident passed. Again, I sat and I thought about it. I made a decision. I said, this lady cannot be here. Because even though she is in the second year of university, which she's even older than that year, because there's 1 or 2 years she dropped out of school and things like that. So if I'm estimating, she should be around 24, 25. And she is with somebody who's like 17 at that time. And it's like the person is ruling her instead of her orienting and leading. How can you come to somebody who's helping you to that degree and you eat and you don't even wash plates? Your own plates that you ate. I was like, no, she cannot live in this house. It's not going to work. Because on the very first day she slept in my place, she's behaving like this. And all this time I've been helping her. There is no day that you will see a child get up like a Saturday and say, let me go and help that mother to dry clean her house, or let me go and help her to wash her car for this thing she's doing to me. No. But even the day that you come and you eat to your full, from breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you will still leave the plate like that, and then you will let your phone to go off. So now what should happen to us out there? I took that difficult decision. I told her, I said, okay, I had discussed with you coming to live here to keep an eye on things, but it's not going to be possible because of this and that and that. I was very disappointed, and I've seen that you cannot handle the house. I said, but I would still do what I said I would do. I will continue to pay your rent, give you your food money, books, photocopy needs, whatever. Pay your fees. But you will stay in your place. You will not come here. She said, okay, no problem. I traveled. I came to Germany. From that time I traveled, she was still in the second year. From that second year until the third year finished, I heard from this girl about maybe 2 times or 3. That was it. Since I have a manager running the things I have in Cameroon, and this manager was responsible to pay her fees and give her her allowance, when it's month end, she would just call the manager and they would agree when she would go and pick her money up. She would go and pick her money up and go her way. I would stay here, I wouldn't hear from her. And I was telling my husband, I said, you see how people are? About 3 times she wrote me to say thank you, I got my money. That was it. Even I traveled and arrived here, there was nothing like, how was your trip? How is Germany? Do you like it? Does your son, does he like Germany? Nothing like that. She would just go and get her money. And it's my manager that would tell me that, Madam, she came and took her money. I said, okay. Madam, I met her here and gave her money. I said, okay. Madam, it was like that till this girl graduated. So, the 3rd year now, when she was about to graduate, she was supposed to be graduating. I know when school is ending here for the long holidays. So, I know that I'm finished with that project. I already have other things on the waiting list. My manager calls me and says, Madam, that this young lady was here. And she was telling me that that school she has not finished though. She has to resit some classes. About 3 courses. She has to go back again the next year to school and do about 3 courses. I said, He said, yes. I said, okay. I stayed quiet. I did not answer because I knew I could not say anything nice. And all this while, I've not seen or heard about any transcript, which subject they passed, which subject she did not pass. Nothing, where she's having difficulty, nothing about her school, nothing. So I said, okay, if I want to answer to this thing my manager is saying, I'm not going to say a nice thing. So I stayed quiet. Within a week, she wrote to me and greeted me. I answered. She wants to thank me for all this help and this and that and that and that. I said, you're welcome. She said, but the thing is, she did not graduate. She has 3 courses that she has to go back to school and redo them before she can be able to graduate with the next batch. I said, so? She said, yes. I said, my dear, she answered. I said, I'm very sorry. I said, I would think that as you were going to school and you were having your results, if you did not pass a subject, you would have communicated with me. The ones that you passed, you would have communicated with me so that I too will be getting ready and prepared. but I've never heard anything about your school. Now, school is finishing, whether it's June or July. You just get up that month and you come and tell me that you have to continue. I say, me, I have to plan. I plan. I'm not a millionaire like that. I don't have money like that. The fact that I'm helping is not that it's overflowing. So it would have been nice if you were keeping me updated so that me too, I'm planning how my money is coming in, how I'm going to handle it. And that was it. Since that time until today, I've heard from this girl one time. One time. It cannot be more than twice, even if I'm mistaken. One time. So that is life. That is the second story. That is the second story. I will say more about my caution when I get to the third part of the responsibilities of a receiver. It is unfair. It is unfair if you have experienced this type of thing, or there's something that I could have done differently, or I don't know, drop a comment. Let me read from you guys and see. Because sometimes I feel like I still sit and these things still flash through my mind. I'm still in disbelief, but it happens, Let me know. We are a society, I think we really need to do some work. From the receiver's end, we really need to do some work. So thank you for watching. Share, like, comment. Let other people be cautioned about this behavior or entitlement or ungratefulness. I don't even know how to qualify it. All right. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next part. Ciao.